Hi, friends. For those of you that don't know me well, I'm Pastor Bill Warren, and I'm the Director of Church Partnership and Volunteers here at Fox Valley Christian Action, and very much involved with our Teen Leadership Development Program called TNT. And today I want to introduce you to one of our incredible team members for that group that actually she has been with us since March of 2023, and I'll tell you a little story about that in a second, and has been an incredible part of our team. And we know that she has experienced some very positive things while being a part of that team that I wanted you to hear about. And so my first encounter with Ani Smith was in the February of 2023 at our annual gala. And there was some information shared about TNT. And one of the things that was mentioned was that we need drivers to help us to pick up the kids from school and to take them back home at the end of the evening. And Ani was there with a co-worker and heard that and said, "Oh, I would love to do that." And so that the co-worker brought her over and introduced her to me. And she said, "I would love to drive." She called it a bus. We call it, it's a 15-passenger van. Yeah. But she said, "I would love to drive a bus and be a part of this." And so we set it up, and within a couple of weeks, we had our background checks run and everything. And I had the opportunity to be the one that took Ani out on the first night to run the route with her. And within 10 minutes, the first student that we picked up that I had been transporting for the previous 6 months, in 10 minutes, she had learned more about that young lady than I had learned in the 6 months. And that's just who Ani is. So with that, I want to just go ahead and begin to let Ani share some things. And Ani, besides the fact that you quickly jumped on to drive a bus or van, what was it about that inspired you to even want to get involved?
You know, I had said no to God for a long time. I work with children. I've been a teacher for a lot of years, and that is not a prerequisite for this job. And I said, no, I don't do kids outside of my school. My school is Title I, very tough time, and I'm like, no, and especially not middle school, no way. And he just had other plans for me, and I think it's not good to say no to God. So he made a way where there was no way, and I came in on the tour, and I was like, great, I'll get some papers graded while I'm transporting the kids. I'll transport them, I'll get my papers graded, I'll do my work, and I'll transport them back. Yet, as I was walking around getting a tour, literally out of my mouth came, "Do you need help with your middle school program?" And I'm like, wait a minute, did I say that? I was not supposed to say that. And this is something that I know God wants me to do. It is clearly His will. And when you are in God's will, He makes a way. I had every excuse in the world. I said, I'm going to be tired. I'm working all day. I work all day, I jump in a bus, I jump in a van. And then I go pick up kids, and then I'm at TNT until 8 o'clock at night, dropping kids off. I'm going to be too tired. I have never been tired doing this. Never, not one. 13-hour day. I'm 61 years old. I was never tired. Every day doing that was just an affirming miracle that the God of the universe wants you here, and He will make it happen. And I would just come home just jazzed. And my husband's like, how was it? I'm like, it was great, you know. And that energy did not come from me. That was a God thing. One of my other things that I just said, oh, this will never work, this will never work, is like these young people won't even listen to me. They won't even care about me as a, you know, somebody that speaks into their life. And that is so completely untrue. These young people are very much interested in what you have to say. The stories, the things that I've gone through in my life that were not great as a young person, I was able to relate to them. They would tell me something that has happened to them, and a story would pop in my head. And then I would pray about that really quickly, like, should I share this? You know, and then you share that. You're authentic, you're transparent, and you build these relationships. And these children need this consistency in their life. They just they don't have this kind of rootedness in any other place, especially the middle schoolers, the high schoolers. They need that. They need that nurturing. When they get out of elementary school, they lose their core teacher, and they're just kind of lost. You know, they're bouncing from teacher to teacher. They don't have any deep relationships with teachers anymore. Their friend group becomes their main source of everything. And when you can be consistent and be there every single week, it's just a really small amount of time, really, in the grand scheme of things. When you can just be there and pour into their lives and just speak into their lives, it's just, God makes it happen. He totally makes it happen. I've had girls who were in 8th grade, and I had them for 7th and 8th grade, and they were going to middle school, and they're like, we don't want to leave. And I'm like, well, how about we meet over the summer? And so I worked with Ravella, got their parents' contacts, and got permission from their parents to pick them up. And I had 4 girls, and we did Sundays at Starbucks, and we did like a little Bible study throughout last summer. Every week we were meeting together, and it was just really fun, and they loved it. And actually, one of those girls just texted me again this morning, checking in. How are you, Miss Ani? And, you know, so she said, when can we get together? I mean, she's in high school now. She's going into her sophomore year, and she's still texting me. So, yeah, I would say if you want to do this because you're in God's will, expect roadblocks, expect things to pop up, but see that for what it is. Because when you are doing what God wants you to do, you are an affront to the enemy, because these children are vulnerable. These children are the enemy would like nothing better than to steer these children to his way. And you're standing in the gap, and you can expect, you know, literal bumps in the road, or a traffic jam, or something happening in your life that could pop up where you're like, oh, I don't feel like going tonight. Oh, I don't want to do this. And that's how you know that you're on the right track. I call it like whack-a-mole. Like something is popping up, and I'm like, oh, nope, you're going back down. Something else pops up here that might thwart me for the day or make me have a bad attitude or something. I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen. And when those things happen, then you know, like, you're doing it right. And then you press on and you go through, and then you meet with these kids, and they pour into you as much as you pour into them. So that's what I've got so far.
Well, Ani, thank you. I think that says it all. That's what I wanted our viewers to understand and to see. You know, today's not the day for me to share my testimony, but similarly, I thought, are you nuts, God? Me work with a bunch of teenagers at this point in my life, and yet has become very much an incredible part of my life at this point. So I wanted Ani to do that. I will, not to speak out of turn, but you know, Ani really opened herself, as she said, opened up her life to the kids. And a little while back, Ani went through some health issues, and she walked through that with the kids very openly and allowed them to see how she handled that very difficult situation. And that spoke to them. They prayed, and when she couldn't be there because of the health situations for a few weeks, why they were fervently praying for their Ani.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ani. Thank you for sharing this time and sharing your heart with everyone.